Hello, my name is Jacob, and I am a Norse Pagan, and I am in Switzerland today to help promote an app that's specifically for Norse Pagans or people interested in Northern spirituality. And it really is a social media app that it isn't about algorithms, it isn't about, promotion, and it isn't about getting famous. It's just about enjoying what you're passionate about and enjoying things like nature, enjoying things, like fitness. I am here with the founder of Descended from Odin, Taryn, who's here to tell you a little bit more about the Descended from Odin app. So Taryn, go ahead and introduce yourself to anyone who might not know who you are.
Yeah, I'm Taryn. That's me. I'm pretty much a me. I like to just think about things mostly. That's what I do. I like to think about history. I like to think about philosophy. I sit around, I think about things, and then I tell other people about those things that I thought about. That's what I like to do. That, and try and at the same time encourage people to be their truest selves and to exercise and keep well, keep healthy, and to talk to each other like human beings. And that's what I enjoy doing, like just trying to keep it real, I guess.
So diving right in, what is this social media app? Can you kind of give us a clue to what makes it different?
For sure. I'd say it's something that has plasticity at the minute. It's in a stage where the people who are joining and taking part in that community are actually forging it. They're molding it into its best form that it's going to be by them being themselves. If we get a bunch of people coming onto this app, engaging as themselves in a place where they're not under pressure to post, they're not like under the threat of algorithms determine whether or not they're a good looking person or whether or not like the cropping quality is good in their image and all of that crap that goes with social media. I just want people to come on and express themselves, and there's like areas to inspire different thought. Like there's an area where you can talk about crafting things, there's an area where you can talk about wandering outdoors, what you've seen, and like just share your eyes with people on there. Just like you've been somewhere, sure, you might pull your phone out your pocket, just take a quick photo, or take a professional photo. It doesn't matter, like it's not got an algorithm that's going to judge you. I find that algorithms are serving basically two purposes, none of which are in our interest, and that's to make huge corporations more money off of selling your soul. And it's supposed to be a place to share art, share your thoughts, share pictures of yourself without being judged by a machine. And I think that the algorithms make people meaner. It feels horrible being on the receiving end of that, but I also think that the algorithm puts this constant pressure on you. It puts people down, and like ultimately is going to create a two-way mirror, and you're going to find a negative spiral where the way the social media is engineered to make you feel afraid. I mean, there's the documentary The Social Dilemma, for example, you can watch. The way it's geared up to make people afraid and to feel insecure so that they feel like they can't be away from it. It's like that's engineered design to make you feel addicted to something, and to make you feel insecure. That's a messed up thing to do to human beings, right? Like, why the fuck would you do that to human beings? You're gonna just go, yeah, that's you have to stay on here, because if you're away, you're going to miss out, and these numbers that are infinite and therefore never going to reach an end are going to make you, just in a place where you never feel like you can really fulfill something. Like it's a void. I've not really done anything on this, like this is just something where like I've just like had a voluntary input in terms of like making sure that it's it's well representing what was the initial idea of it, right? That it stays kind of true to what it's supposed to be doing.
So for anyone we haven't convinced up to this point, what really makes the Descended from Odin app different than, say, Instagram?
Like technologically, Instagram's going to be superior. It's going to have more opportunities for business. It's going to have more opportunities for you to get famous if that's what you want. If you don't want to get famous and you just want to learn some like things and talk to some human beings about things they've learned, then that's the difference. Like it's just relaxed. It's a way to connect in a smaller group and just try it and see. You can always go to the next bar if you don't like it there. By putting it like, and it's been put in chronological order for this simple reason, right? If something is constantly refreshing, constantly changing, there's no time to stop, right? if it's in chronological order, you find that you're like 3 days into that feed, you know. You go in like, I'm pretty far back, should probably do something else now. It's not got that eternal, constant refresh that I think is dangerous about social media now, you know. The permanence of this ability to refresh, see the next thing that's happening, see the next notification constantly. It's just like more relaxed, and like I find it less stressful to be on there. Like I've decreased my use of Instagram massively because like people are fucking mean and it makes you grumpy. Like I don't like it. I don't like Instagram on there. It's like, you know, so I'm happy just to be on like the Descendant from Odin app, and if you go on there and you're happy on there, that's great. That's great.
So part of this video is actually announcing that I will be shifting a lot of my social media content over to the Descendant from Odin app, at least for the next 2 months. So mostly this is for me. It's because, you know, Instagram is a very draining place, and I don't think it's a place that really benefits people. I think it really benefits from divisiveness and, you know, separating people, and it really is about making money. It's not about people sharing their lives anymore. It's really about just turning everyone into a battery to make money. So this app is something I really want to use, so I will be migrating over for at least 2 months. So I really hope you join me. It's where I'm going to be posting a lot of content. Naturally, I'll still be making YouTube videos Monday and Friday. I will also still be on Patreon, and I will be on Discord. But as far as the public social media presence, I will be on the Descendant from Odin app. Most of the people that are subscribed to the Wisdom of Odin are either Norse Pagan or Heathen, or at least interested in Northern spirituality. So what has your own personal journey been like with Northern spirituality, and how does it kind of come into the app and really your core values behind it?
Northern spirituality has inspired me with its durability. You know, it's had it rough, hasn't it, really? It's had it rough, and it's still there. It's inspiring people today. It's inspired art. It's had incredible upsets that you thought would bury it forever. And yet it's still kind of in the landscape, isn't it? And because it's in the landscape, it's in people, and that inspires me to learn, you know, and to connect, and to say to people, hey, have you heard about this? Did you know this? Like, this is really cool, and you should look into it, and if you like it, then that's awesome. For me, you know, it's more broadly Norse and Germanic. The reason that I kind of like go towards the Norse side of things is literally proximity. It's recent, but for me, I like to go, you know, I like to go further back. I like to go more broad out. I like to connect people, and I think that that's like a real interest hook for folk, you know. It's a place where you can like go in, and it's not just going to be so super specific to Norse paganism. It's going to go, there's this like whole fantastic world that delves back and connects and inspires people to create art. It inspires people to reconnect with their landscape. It inspires people to connect with their physical fitness, and that's a very important thing right now, where people are putting themselves, you know, 9 hours a day looking at a little box in the hand, or they're inside all day in artificial light, and there's just not a connection. And I think like the great thing with the app is, you know, not to overplug that, is that it's not trying to suck you in all the time into that world. It's saying go out. It's saying go out into nature, go out to the gym, and if you enjoy that and you have a nice time and you feel it's something you want to share with the group, go for it. You know, it's not, you know, it's not that it's like just going to be, right, this is like a place where you to stay all the time and think about Norse paganism. It's going to be a place that's going to go, you know, there's a broad theme that interconnects, and it might channel your interest into that connection better outside, better lifting a weight, better doing something that connects you with your body and the natural world, and that isn't in the phone. So it's really a reminder to go outside and do things. That's kind of how it works, you know.
Environmentalism has always been something that has been very important to me as a content creator and as a Norse pagan. So where does this kind of come in for you? Because I understand you're also really big into protecting the environment and informing people on things they really need to know.
Like everything that I did in the past and everything that I do now and everything that I'll do in the future, I just feel like there's a really simple point of like, don't buy things that mess things up. It's that, don't use things or buy things that are poisonous. That's a terrible idea, and you shouldn't do it. It's like, it's a simple concept for me, environmentalism. If you buy something that is poisonous and you put it down in the natural world, that's bad, because organic things are affected by poison. That's all it comes down to. And you know, it's a case of trying to just keep everything natural and basically how it was before a century ago. that's, you know, we have the entire of human history. To me, history and environmentalism, they go hand in hand, right? Because environmentalism was basically human history prior to the Industrial Revolution, right? You don't have to go back far, and you can see a degree of environmentalism, and you can see that, you know, there were ways that were manageable and sustainable. There are materials that we can make things out of really well, and we don't need all these chemical materials. It's completely unnecessary. And for some things, it's been an incredible revolution for medical supplies briefly and things, but it's time that we moved on from that, and we can aid that process by stop making it so profitable by using materials that are poisonous. You know, it should be a simple concept, and I hope people really start to grasp with it and move with that at least, you know.
As someone who operates the Wisdom of Odin and choosing Odin as the main name for the channel, why was Odin also the deity that you chose to represent descended from Odin?
For me, I wanted to highlight the Anglo-Saxon and the Viking connection that's, you know, is prominent in the UK. That's really like a fusion part for like epic clash that's well known throughout history and inspires people. And I wanted people to remind themselves that those people weren't some kind of fantasy. They were real human beings, and they're walking in their ancestral shoes. And the Odin element, for me, like, the thing with Odin is that he recognizes that he's not like the be all and end all, right? And a lot of the stories about Odin are him trying to see what's next, what else there is. He's constantly looking to know more. He's looking to understand the fabric of reality. He's looking to delve into himself. He's looking to delve into everything and see the fabric of reality, you know, that gels everything together, and continually transcend. And that's like a great role model, I think, for people to want to become wiser and to, you know, understand with that can be a painful experience too. But ultimately for people to just want to grow themselves and to seek to know things, and I think this is fantastic inspiration for that, you know.
So with the clothing line, the environmentalism, the spirituality all coming together in the Descended from Odin app, what do you really want to be the lasting impact of the app and really Descended from Odin itself?
What will the saga say about the social media app of Descended from Odin? Will it slay Instagram? Will it be the one to kill it?
I think it's going to take a lot of people, like, and broader than our community, which is why, like, the community has to also engage with everybody of other interest groups, because, you know, there's a danger to these kind of social media apps, and I think that people need to understand them within this community, within every community, and as individuals as well. And hopefully people just make, you know, it doesn't matter if the Descended from Odin app doesn't take off. It just matters that if people will try and just make social media better, try to learn things, try to just live a full human experience, you know. And if, like I say, if one person does that, and that was like remotely influenced by the app and everything else, that's awesome.
Thank you all so much for joining me for this video, and thank you, Taryn, for being in part of this video as well. It's been great to explore the beautiful hills of Switzerland as we kind of talk about things like, you know, the deep spirituality of the world, history, and environmentalism, and of course this app.
Thank you guys for listening to me. It's weird doing something else, you know. I've not like done interviews before. It's scary, but it's a really good time, and we're in a beautiful location. We're gonna go take a swim. So thank you so much, and just keep learning, keep growing. Thanks.
Thank you so much once again, and until the hall, Skål.
Taryn, you regret taking the boat yet?
I just was gonna keep in a straight line.